What's going on, good family? It's your boy, My Black Universe, in the building. We have not done one of these in a long time. Kind of a special occasion. It is what it is. So we're not gonna hold you too long. I know YouTube try to get weird about these multi clips, so we're trying to make sure we stay within the guidelines because they will uh, suppress the channel and all that stuff like that. So let's get into it.
That Utah governor talked about the shooter not being an immigrant, like that blew his parlay. Like he just had the mortgage bet on the Browns. Like, why was he so disappointed?
The reason why he was so disappointed is because they try to live in this fantasy world where they want to believe they don't want to believe they have a problem. They have a serious problem. All these school shootings for years, think about it. It's always been, oh, he's a lone wolf. He's a loner. It's just him. It's an isolated incident. It's always isolated. Everything's an isolated incident. Oh, the school's getting shot up by, elementary school getting shot up down in Texas, isolated incident. A little white girl years ago that had her hunting rifle that was shooting up other students. Isolated incident. It's always, quote, isolated. So I think they believe their lie. I think they said it so much they believe their own lie. And black folk, you know what we see in our community is you never get high on your own supply.
God, Charlie Kirk was just shot and killed by a white guy in Utah, one of the whitest states.
What if we blew up black people? What if I threatened to stab black students at NYU? How do I blame black people?
And that's, look, and we knew it. We've seen this playbook. We've seen it a billion times, a trillion times. The moment they got infighting going on, we have to rope the black people in here with us. We got to bring the Negroes in here because white supremacy. We have to. We can't. It's like little babies. They're like, the Negroes did it. It's like we ain't even over there. We can't get in your restaurant. How's this our fault? It's crazy.
I'm convinced y'all motherfuckers would mourn slave owners. Y'all would put the conquistadors on y'all ofrenda, right?
This Latina, more than likely Puerto Rican, but it's even the non-FBA are like, damn, are y'all really that bad? Are y'all really that sad? You see, she's brown skinned.
Be honest. For the last 2 years, we have watched them snipe children for sport. We have watched them bomb hospitals. We've watched them snipe doctors while they're actively in surgery. So many people that I forgot knew how to even speak have so much to say about peace. And yes, welcome to the party. Glad you joined us. Yeah, we have been talking about this forever. You just tuned us out because you only empathize and react to white bodies.
Oop, oop, oop. She ain't lying though. And this is not a no. This is not a black and brown coalition thing. This is just it's so apropos to what's going on, and she's not missing the mark because it's when it's white bodies, it's like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. This is terrible. Oh my gosh, what can we do? Negroes help us. When it's black people, it's like should have been a criminal. We don't have all the facts. Can we get all the facts first? We're not sure. I'm pretty sure there's fentanyl in the system. You probably had cocaine on him. Crack. Isn't that what you guys do? Crack. Mm. You still like your crack, Negroes. So it's like, when different. When different. And I think some of that was also for the stepping fetches that probably in her community, the Latino community, that are probably, oh my God, Charlie Kirk. Have an empanada and sit down, bro. You'll be okay. I ain't gonna let that play. But he getting it, bro. He getting it. And some people feel like that. That they try to, make me feel bad. But and I didn't get the clip, but there was someone who shared a lot of the screenshots when they was talking about Trayvoning, and they were laying there dead next to Ice T and Skittles, or they were doing the Mike, or they was not the Mike Brown, but they were doing the George Floyd, where they had a buddy kneel on their neck. Young white males celebrating this, posting it all over social media. But we do it. Oh my gosh, you're not supposed to do that. Not you. No. No. No, Ladarian. No, Ladarian. No. When you die, I'm gonna mock you, but you can't mock a death of oh my God. Where's the police? So they can gun you down. That's how they get down. I got skip. I don't get demonetized. But let's go.
Allegedly the shooter. They got footage of him getting off the roof, running away, everything. They don't know his political affiliation, but what they do know is that his entire family are conservatives and Republicans. They also have this man in a Trump costume for Halloween in 2017. All of this information just came out, and before Charlie Kirk's body was even cold, you had Elon Musk and everybody else talking about, no, he's a radical leftist. In the press conference that they had, motherfucker really got on stage and said, for the past 33 hours, I was praying that it wasn't one of us.
Like I said, that delusion, you don't get how your own supply be one family. This idea that I'm going to commit all these acts, these heinous acts of terror on people. And then when it happens in the house, like they say, that the call is coming inside the house, there's the phone is ringing, but this call is coming from inside the house. And then like, oh my gosh, it can't be us. It is you. That's like taking a shower every day, not putting on deodorant, and then being surprised when people are like, yo, your arms stink, bro. You funky. It can't be me. I shower every day. Did you put it on deodorant, motherfucker? Well, no, it's deodorant is a suggestion. That's not a suggestion. It's needed. And white supremacy, not white folk, but white supremacists don't think they need a cleanse. They don't think they need a resetting of the mind and ideals. They're like, no, we're good. We're fine. And then this happens. It's like, oh my gosh. Negroes, it's your fault. We don't know how, but they're how they also supply being family.
What the fuck are you talking about? I was praying that it was somebody from overseas. For 33 hours, he was like, please be a nigga, please be somebody brown, please. No, it was one of y'all talking about, oh, my prayers weren't answered. Yeah, of course. On top of that, they said the Colorado shooter embraced Columbine and white supremacy. You know, the same shit Charlie Kirk was pushing. So now.
Oh yeah, there was another shooting. Yeah, the Colorado shooter. All these shootings be one family. All this is happening, and they keep trying to tell you isolated incidents. Oh, he was a good kid. What happened? What went wrong? Y'all created this society where you said violence is okay as long as it's against Negroes. Problem, y'all like to segregate yourselves and have these enclaves of just white folk. And he know to get to a Negro, I gotta go on the other side of town, the south side, east side, west side, sometimes north side, depending on where you at. To get to the Negroes, if I pull over there, I'm gonna leave white. They gonna know something wrong, so they ain't gonna go the way I think. But you are next door, and last year you yelled at me about my vehicle being parked in front of your mailbox. I think that's offensive enough for me to pew pew you. And they, oh my God, why'd you kill him? He yelled at me, and his daughter's dating a black guy. She's a mud shark, and I was cleaning, and they just these rants and this history of unchecked, unfeigned hatred and violence. You set a stage for a pattern to keep happening. And all it can do is escalate. That's the thing about it. When you don't stop a problem when it's small, all you can do is escalate and get bigger. It's like cancer. Cancer, when it's small or it's in a contained area, you can handle it better, kill the cancer or neutralize the cancer and save the rest of the body. But when you don't do anything about it and it exacerbates, it just keeps going, and it goes from like one lung to both lungs to your heart, to your stomach, your intestines, to your spine, your blood, and then the whole body's infected, and all it can do is die. That's all it can do is die.
Now, in all, Charlie Kirk's murderer, a white man, was just captured, and now white supremacists are threatening HBCUs? Why they say fuck me for? So now, do you understand the type of motherfuckers that align with Charlie Kirk's messaging? And dumbass niggas try to get on here trying to tone police niggas like me, trying to act like I said something wrong. Don't worry about it, y'all. He's a family man. You know, the same motherfucker that said if his 9-year-old got raped, he would force her to have the fucking baby. Family man.
You see the craziness. Now this one I'm gonna get in trouble for. This is my dad. Now not too much of my pops, because older cats, for some reason, when they get their phone and they want to see your video, they be having their phone right here in their face. Hey son, what you show me how to do the thing on the thing. They always got their phone right there. So not too much of my pops, but he said some profound things in our conversation. He go a little in, but he say some things that made me say, wow. And he was born in 63. Let's go. Now, for context, he's like, hey, Junior. I'm Victor Jr. He's like, I'm Charlie Kirk. he did the Charlie 4. That's diabolical to say. And so he said that, and I was like, Papa, you wild. You wild. And I haven't celebrated this man's passing. And I've been very careful in choosing my words because I still work. And I don't know how they'll react to it. I don't know if they'll try to retaliate in a weird way. And I don't want my family in that type of situation right now, especially since we relocated. So I got to be strategic in certain things. So that's why you see people saying what they say, me just kind of expounding on it.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm not sorry because, like I said, he incited evil and hatred for everybody. I mean, the gay folk, black folks especially, Hispanics. And you just talk about when he was on the scene, oh, niggas, and niggas ain't gonna kill him. Honestly, I'm sorry that the man met his fate and didn't have a chance to get his head together, and get his head out of his ass, and all the hate. Like Mom said, well, that's because that's no. See, the thing about it, people got to realize, when you keep on spitting the shit, it's gonna come back to you. Just like with him, but his came back with a vengeance. And they told, oh, we're going to go to the HBCs, we gotta kill some niggers, the niggers. Nah, bro, ain't no way in the hell. And when no black person that killed that man, I knew that from the get-go. White state, white school. So you're gonna have one black person amongst all these white folk, and there ain't nobody going, oh, who was it? Come on now.
And real quick, let me say something. So when I first graduated school, early 2017, Siemens, I went to interview in Utah for a position with Siemens. It was going to be a field service engineer position. I was going to, drive and do this and learn or whatever. I would have been brand new. Got a chance to interview at a few spots. I just couldn't never get over the line. Whether it was Arkansas, whether it was Houston, or whether it was Utah. Those are the three places I got a chance to interview at. And there was no black folk except for this African girl that wanted to go to school there, and her mom was bringing her, and I was sitting there. And this is before delineation. This is before the movement. This is before we started realizing these people have vitriol for us as a whole. And she was a young lady, and I just chopped up with her. And I was okay, you going to school? What you going to school for? It's kind of like a black to black conversation in which she was very congenial and everything like that. And I was thinking to myself, when it's all said and done, I'm kind of glad I didn't make it in Utah, because I would have been like one of maybe 10 Negroes in the entire state at the time. This is 2017. And that would have been crazy. The amount of racism and the amount of microaggression I have to deal with. Because I have to deal with that in Texas. Old little white nurses looking at me kind of with a stank face, looking at my badge. They look at me and look at my badge again like, this can't be this Negro. Dragging in all these damn tools. Does he really work for Siemens? How did he get on? He must be a DEI hire. I experienced that in healthcare. You probably experienced something similar. But those of us in professional environments, you experience that nonsense. So yeah, Utah is white, 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 with like 2 specks of pepper per zip code.
White people are just pitiful because they suffer. They want us to suffer with them.
Hmm.
So my deal is this. Like I said, I'm be honest with you. Desegregation really was a good thing. We need to be segregated, bro, because you know what? That allowed them to be too damn close to our brilliance and our excellence.
Hmm.
And that's what I like to see. You got all these people that's just taking our shit and monetizing it. No, K-pop. Okay, you know, now the white folks want to get dreadlocks and want to get cornrow and this and that. Okay, guess what? But fat lips. Oh, you got big lips and big butts. Now guess what? Collagen injection. They're pouty lips. We got full lips. No, Brazilian butt lips. Oh, we got big butts. No, Brazilian. No. Man, fuck you white folk. Like I said, I just like to be able to get to find a place where just black folk live and y'all go y'all fucking way and we go our way. We not a part of y'all shit. Y'all definitely don't be a part of ours. But guess what? The motherfuckers always find a reason, a way to try to wizard their way into, because we the shit, bro. We are the shit.
He ain't lying. And I love the delineation movement and the process of it and how it's pushed people out and put people in the place they need to be for a proper perspective on who they are, how they're moving, how they affect our growth as a group, as a people. And that's a lot of stuff we could have had done 30 years ago. But because we were all encompassing, like, oh, black, brown, and you got melanin, so you're with me. You're brown, so you're close to me. We make a spread for everybody. Everybody come eat good. Cause black folk, y'all eat first. Go eat first, fam. You know I do it when you and I never been to a cookout day in my life. I always been to we was either grilling, we had a get together. That's what we call it, a get together. We have a get together. Or we barbecuing. Hey man, eat man, I'm gonna eat later. We got plenty. We got plenty of food, man. Eat, man, get seconds. That's how we do. You get seconds, man. Hey, kid, folk, I'm on my way, man. What you mean bring? Oh man, don't even worry about it. Now I'm gonna bring something. Bring some cookies or something. And we do that for all everybody else. They eat good and they leave us with the mess and they leave us with the crumbs. And now we're saying, yeah, nah, you're not invited to the get together. You can go over there with the tether to the cookout. Y'all can have that. Y'all can have the cookout. We doing our own thing.
We are the cream. We are the top. And they had the sticky shit at the bottom of the barrel.
Why do people use black crime to justify their racism? It's
Well, let me provide context. His dad's black. His mom is non-black. That's one. Two, he called his dad out because his cousin was molesting him, and it's all on his TikTok, on his IG, and I think he has TikTok, where he's calling his dad out about molestation. His dad don't want to believe him. Me, I have a problem with that. You at least investigate. At least as a parent, I'm investigating. First off, I don't trust somebody around my kids like that not to be looking and seeing what the hell you got going on. Why you trying to question my kids off in the cut? So just because I know you're looking like, wait a minute, who's this white man? So he is mixed. He does have a black dad. So ain't no black crime. It's just crime, and all crime is proximal.
like confirmation bias. They'll see a bunch of white people come up on their For You page for a bunch of crazy shit like pedophilia, mass shootings, and shit like that. They'll ignore that. But as soon as they see a black person pop up, they're like, oh, we get it. It's always been these monkeys. These monkeys are the reason why this fucking world is in disarray. This is why. It's these monkeys. It's not anybody else. I didn't see a white person come up on my For You page, an Indian, Chinese people, everybody. I'm gonna ignore them. As soon as I see a black person, I'm already racist. But I'm just specifically looking for black crime so I can justify my racism. And you know what I'm saying? It's just confirmation bias. But y'all niggas is bitch made.
So yeah, it's being high on your own supplies. It's you have to ignore. Here's the crazy part. Have you noticed that for these pedophiles, they'll give them like 2 years, 3 years. They will catch them literally raping a little girl violently, messing up where she can never hope to have children. 6 years old, I don't care. Molesting and raping babies, they catch with child porn. They give them a couple years, and after 6 months, they're on probation. Have you looked at your map for pedophiles? Look at that. Some of you live in the best neighborhoods you think you can live in. If you look at that map of registered sex offenders, you will be mortified. How many live next to you within 3 square miles of you, out and about, and you got grandchildren, nieces, nephews, children. Come on now. Now, we gotta get to the step and fetches. Now, y'all know I ride a motorcycle, CBR 1000 R. So this dude, his name is Hacker, Rough Rider. He's part of Rough Rider Clique. We live in a very sick and disgusting world. You shoot a man that spreads positive, I guess it'd be positivity, spreads for Charlie Kirk. And I was like, the first thing I did was like, what, bro? And y'all see me, and y'all know I'm about to action. You do know that if you die like George Floyd, he'd mock your death. I don't care about the man behind the mic. I care about the man, the 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 man, comma, the space, comma, son, father, husband, friend that was taken away from his family for having an opinion. So I go back because I thought he had blocked me. Um, about I said he said MLK was awful. That was one of his quotes, and cause I was like, this brother can't be on that type of stuff. So hold on. And he says, so what? So what? That's where you should put a comma right there. We can't be better. I'm bucking my eyes. They already big, but they've gotten bigger, about 20%. We can't be better. We mock him in his death. I was like, oh, I'm listening, and I'm like, so I asked him, and I had to ask him. I was like, brother, where's your family from? African American. Most of us know about Foundation Black American, and even the ones that I don't want to go about FBA because Tariq came up with it, they still call themselves a Black American, right? African American, blessed with compassion and a heart from God, respectfully. Hmm. I was like, because there's another. I didn't find it, but he was like, "Well, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian man." Christian. I was like, "Oh, wait a minute. I've heard that rhetoric before." Didn't Roland Martin say, first off, I'm a Christian. I'm a man. I'm a Christian man in front of Richard Spencer, white supremacist fiend, arch villain to black empowerment? Because at first I was like, man, he got to probably have African roots, man, like literal African roots. And I was like, no, he might be Haitian. He might be cool with Role the Boule Bird. And they see right here, brother, I was born, raised right here in good old Dallas, Texas. And I asked him, let me get that out the way. I said, well, what about your lineage? LOL, fam, it's not that crucial. Tether, tether, tether. You need to get it together. Yeah. Sprinkle me, man. Sprinkle me, man. Sprinkle me, man. You agree with him or not? The human being was killed in front of us. I was like, okay, he's tether. He's not FBA for sure. When you gotta hide, you gotta do some of your ladies, bro. Again, I didn't agree with everything he said. Hold on. Now that's not what he was talking about before. Because I'm pretty sure he didn't know nothing about the MOK how we're all just DEI hires and all the nastiness he had towards black folk. And he is married to a black woman. And I was like, man, I was like, okay, yeah, this man's not an FBA for sure. For sure.
The only thing that I've learned in the last
for sure, because I'm like, hold on, family, I don't want to hit y'all with that nonsense. Come like, bruh, really? Just tell me your lineage. So this this is unfortunate in the sense of, you don't want nobody to see that. You know what I'm saying? However it's happened. Malcolm, Medgar, MLK. But what it has done is it has forced the folk who kind of ride the fence to hop on one side of it. I can't ride a fence because the idea of a pole between my butt cheeks, it don't set right with me. I just can't do it. I'm either on one side of the fence or the other. Dudes want to straddle a fence. I don't know how you do it. If you LGBT, it's 2025, brother. Go and come out. I ain't doing it.
The only thing that I've learned in the last few days is that people underestimate the power of being a light. Do you know that in complete darkness, complete perfect darkness, that you can see a candlelight from over a mile away?
Now, this is J1K. I don't like J1K. Bike influencer trying to grind. But when I see messages like that, the first thing I'm thinking is tether. I'm immediately thinking tether. Now, he might be FBA. He does wear a lot of hats. He wear a lot of hats. Me, I just, when my hairline start going, I just cut it off. You know what I'm saying? I can show you. I'm about to show y'all some of my younger pictures before I try to cut my hair and mess my up. But that's the first thing I think is like, yo, this dude gotta be a tether, right? And he look Caribbean. He look he could be a Caribbean, probably Haitian. I doubt he's Jamaican, but probably Haitian, because Haitians tend to be kind of big in the face like that. But all this positivity, nah, you ain't got to celebrate. Why are you trying to get everybody around you? Oh, you need to be a light and shine. No, because I feel like black folk got to get back on the train of we got to save everybody. Damn that.
The Charlie Kirk situation is personal to me. I think me and John seem to be the only creators.
I think she's Caribbean too. Dana Dane, I think she's Caribbean too. I wouldn't be surprised she's from the Caribbean. Probably one of them islands nobody really talk about.
Is really getting it.
What?
The fact that this is bigger than just him. This is the simple fact that all of us get on here running our mouth. That's what we do. We give out.
With all due respect, no. What is wrong with y'all? Bruh, this is what I'm saying. Brain rot happens to people who make content too. Honestly, you and John Cannon sound ridiculous. You think that him and his situation is similar to you on this app just talking? Are you serious? Did you feel that way when the two representatives in Minnesota got killed at their home? When actual crime happened? Actual political affiliation. Charlie Kirk and the rhetoric he speaks, literally saying he thought public executions could get sponsored by Coca-Cola and they should happen. Literally saying that he thinks slavery and Jim Crow and all of that should have kept going. And you think you getting on here and talking about men and women, y'all think y'all are the same? That's the problem. Are you serious? I really be giving people too much credit because all I did was think y'all had like basic common sense. It's not the same. It's not bigger than him. You should not get online and spew extremely hateful things. What y'all talk about on here is not the same thing as what happened to that dude. Y'all are wildin'. My God, wrap this shit up. Y'all.
That's what's. And I'm introduce y'all to John Cannon. I was actually following him, and he's Haitian for sure. He lives in Florida, and when you see him, you'll come on now.
How ridiculous. On top of that, your mouth could always write a check that your body couldn't cash. That's just been life. How have we not learned this since children? That lesson has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Y'all acting like he is the first person to have something happen because of how he talked. Are you dead serious? You don't know the American history of everyone who ever tried to speak up for black people and do something good? Are you dead? Y'all really gonna act like that's what's happening right now? It's embarrassing.
Oh, cheering because he just got offed?
Introducing John Cannon. And yeah. And he lives in Florida. I'm highly convinced he's Haitian. Probably Jamaican. Maybe. Because he does work out a lot. But I'm pretty sure, Haitians kind of tend to have Florida taking over.
You do know what this means, right?
And this is my third video about it because I literally cannot believe y'all. You motherfuckers happy that that man got shot. He's a social media creator at the end of the day.
Tether. So talking crazy about black folk, damn near 24/7, even up to the point you got shot, is just social media. Not propaganda. Not curating a not curating a picture, a consistent or constant picture of black people as villains, as not worthy of respect, rights, basic human decency. Really?
Nothing else. Are y'all fucking serious? Y'all cheering along his death? That's wild. And I don't agree with nothing he said. That's wild. At least when like political people get offed, we
And see, they're playing both sides of the fence. Or even, and I don't agree with nothing he said. That's that I'm trying to have it out.
We understand that these are people pushing certain things forward and they actually affect your life. This nigga make videos arguing with y'all on social media.
The problem is he's clicked in with the people who push these policies. They're funding him. They're his financial backing. He was living high off the hog on shitting on black folk constantly, even up to his death. Well, you're going to include gang violence and literally up to his death.
Imagine your favorite liberal creator who is smarter than most of the conservatives. Like, I don't know. I don't know any of these fucking big political people. I barely knew who Charlie Kirk was. But like Destiny or somebody. Like imagine, I don't even know if he's liberal. Hassan, that guy. Imagine him getting into a debate and he just goes to like conservative spaces arguing with people. Like that's his whole shtick. And like off the top of a roof, like somebody just domes him. And then you see people like cheering that on. End of the day, Hassan is just a dude on social media. Like, for real, he's just a dude on social media. Charlie Kirk was just a dude on social media.
At one point in time, it was like, it's almost unbelievable how far Tether will go to justify white supremacist villainy. But we're so far removed from that like when they do it, we just like, yeah, that's Tether logic.
He really looked slow. Let's be for real. Have you ever looked at that man? I've never taken anything he said serious.
It looks slow all he want, but he constantly kept the scope on us. No matter what was going on in America, he kept a constant scope on us.
It's like, why would I?
Black people, can y'all please stop acting like the reason why y'all mocking Charlie Kirk's death is because of his political views or his racism that he spurs? It's none of that. It's him holding you accountable to something that you're not willing to change.
You talking about the so-called gang violence? All that gang violence? Was him getting popped violence?
Y'all did the same thing to Kevin Samuels. Anytime somebody...
It's not the same damn thing. Bro, he got to be a Tether too, because I know we have Sambos, but Sambos have a limit. Like, they have a cap. They have a cap. Like they can only go so far before the ancestors just like, no, we ain't doing that. They feel that tug like you can't do that. We not finna say that. This man literally tried to put Kevin Samuels talking about behaviors in some black women that are detrimental to their children or in how they go about dating to a man who was saying black folk are inherently violent and are not worthy of rights and respect. They should have stayed in Jim Crow and slavery. Tether logic. Tether, tether.
Somebody point out something within the black community that we are not willing to change or willing to be accountable for, we literally celebrate their death because now we don't have to fix that thing that they were honing in and giving a lot of attention to.
I've been in Memphis since March. Nobody's ever tried to rob me. I've left my Insta360 X5 camera on my motorcycle when I went to the store. On purpose. Come out, it's still there. And all you gotta do is screw it off and dip. Nobody messes with. I left my carbon fiber helmet on my bike at work where there's no cameras. It's still there when I come back out to go home. In Memphis. Am I saying Memphis is crime free? No. You go looking for trouble, you'll find it. But this amped up, Memphis is just shooting every day, and I live in Cordova. I hear more police vehicles zooming down in Cordova to wherever. And we're gonna look at the map of Memphis. We're gonna talk about Memphis because y'all know what's gonna happen. But let's deal with this and we're gonna get to that.
Ain't no way in hell I'm seeing the same people that were saying R.P. King Von talking about Charlie Kirk. Hold on. So a white man with an opinion that you don't like is worse than a nigga who killed niggas and brag about killing niggas that we celebrate and idolize.
So, black man, alleged black man, because he's I just love it. He's more than likely a tether, probably half tether, half FBA. I'd never seen the video of him without a do-rag. So I don't know where his hairline. I don't know if it starts up here or back here. I don't know if he got the RoboCop. So in his opinion, you don't deserve to be a free man. You need to be in the field, getting your ass whipped on, picking cotton. And you agree with that opinion? I'm not justifying King Von and what he was doing. But if we just call it both, let's just say it, a spade is a spade on both of them. And you try to exalt one over the other. Come on now.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
And this is my last video about it because y'all keep tagging me like I'm in love with Charlie Kirk.
The way he was defending them. So I think a lot of them try to put themselves outside of blackness and they delineate internally. They like blackness as long as they can benefit, as we've seen over the years. Candace Owens, NAACP, when she was a kid, got it tightened up. But when they feel like blackness no longer serves their purpose, now it's like, well, I'm other. I'm Jamaican. I'm Haitian. I'm Trinidadian. I'm Ghanaian, Nigerian, South African, etc., etc.
Purposefully missing my point of saying it's not that I love Charlie Kirk, it's that it could happen to somebody we like next time in retaliation by another crazy person. People saying, oh, when George Floyd died, the conservatives start making memes immediately. And you were mad because that was wrong, right? Okay. The same people who turn around and act like they don't understand gang violence.
By the way, he's married to a white woman. But let's continue.
You know how this gang over here kill somebody and then mock their death. And regular people get on social media going, man, we got to stop this gang violence.
We who? I'm not in the game. I know cats who used to bang in school. Still cool with them. They don't do none of that. They don't be on the block tooling their waist. One of them is sending his sons off to school. The other one, he's a fitness trainer. And they on opposite side. One bang red, one bang blue. Being a fitness trainer is not violent. Raising your sons and having one of them going off to college, uh, after winning state championship, that don't seem violent to me. I don't know what he's talking about.
And the people in the other gang are like, you crazy than a motherfucker if you think this shit gonna stop. We ain't never gonna stop. We be like, this is just senseless violence. Like, they understand it. We don't understand it. Now you understand it, and you just gonna keep perpetuating the same thing until somebody you like on social media die. All right. All right.
Black people try to be so dense for no reason. When we said that Charlie Kirk got killed for his opinion, we never excluded the black leaders that got killed for their opinion. But y'all bringing up Martin Luther King is very ironic when 2 weeks ago, y'all was just saying that the nigga wasn't a good man because he was cheating on his wife.
Has that ever really been proven? Because here's the thing. They say about, he's cheating, he's sleeping, especially with these white women. There's only one white woman I know of that aged well, and that's Jamie Lee Curtis. Most of them age horrible. And we see what they did with Cosby. They try to come and get that bag. I Was Sleeping with Martin Luther King tell-all book with dates and times and receipts. And nobody's ever put a book out detailing their affair with Martin Luther King and all these women, white women supposed to be sleeping with. All these women, period. In today's climate, with clockets and the tea and all that stuff, and nobody got a book out. What? Okay, that's why I don't believe it.
Wasn't y'all the ones that was just out in all the shit that he was doing in them hotel rooms after those meetings that he was having about civil rights?
And Martin had ops around him everywhere. All of them were ops, working for the government. So they were lying. As far as I'm concerned, they were lying. When they would open their mouth, they were lying.
Wasn't y'all the same ones that was just saying that the CIA came out with documents that he was going back to the room with white women, having threesomes, drinking, and all that shit? Y'all was the ones that came out with this information. Y'all put it out to the public eye for everybody to go see and go do research on.
Same CIA that killed him. Okay.
But now,
and they didn't put that out then. There's credit to Martin Luther King with photos and all that stuff. Wiretaps, recordings. They had tape recorders back then. That wouldn't have stopped him. You had to literally kill him. Okay.
Now man, shut the fuck up. I'm off this app, bro. I'm off.
Malcolm X died in front of his family, his wife and kids, while giving a speech. Martin Luther King died in front of his family, in front of all his supporters. Medgar Evers killed in his front yard. His wife and his daughter had to come out there and pick him up out the driveway. Reverend George Lee killed in his car with his wife right next to him. She was even hit too. Fred Hampton was killed in his motherfucking bed at his home. Bunchy Carter was killed on a college campus, UCLA to be exact. John Huggins was also a victim of this same atrocity. Lewis Allen was shot outside of his home for his family to see. Emmett Till was kidnapped from his home to get drugged to his demise for his family to see. And his family in the whole entire world had to see what happened to him. You can still find images of what happened to him.
Facts.
And while I'm not trying to compare, I just thought I'd state some facts.
Get fired at Charlie.
Now, I'm just gonna run through this real quick. This one clip. I'm gonna skip the other two. But family, this man is clearly British. Well, at least he's deep European. And they having a civil war. So this is what we need to stay out of. Let's listen in.
Charlie Kirk is a bullet fired at all of us.
All of us?
There will be no mercy.
Are we trying to impersonate Thanos here?
No diplomacy and no surrender.
Does anyone know what the hell this guy's talking about?
We are under attack.
Wait, is he crying?
And we must defend ourselves.
From who exactly?
It is time for justice.
Or maybe he's impersonating Christian Bale and Batman.
And war has now been declared.
Well, there you heard it. He said it in those words, with that voice. We're at war.
Yeah. Let me get these other clips out of here real quick. B1 fam, we ain't even giving that much attention because we need to get to what's seriously going on. Let's get to what's seriously going on.
Man, what's living in Memphis like? You must hear gunshots like all the time.
No, not really. I don't know if I've heard them since I've lived here, honestly.
You might not hear gunshots, but I'm sure your window's been busted a few times, hasn't it?
Mine hasn't been busted. I know a couple people's have too, and mine hasn't.
Now, mind you, I've heard shots in Cordova. Off in the sticks. See, with Memphis, with Texas and Fort Worth and Dallas and stuff like that, there's multiple streets you can kind of backdoor. Memphis is kind of straightforward. There's main streets, and then you can get into a neighborhood, and typically you can't get out of that neighborhood. There's only one major neighborhood where you can kind of cut through that neighborhood and get to the other side of the neighborhood, get somewhere else. Get to like Germantown Parkway from Houston Levee or from 64. There's only one, but most of it is straightforward. It's either highway or main road, and then you get into the neighborhood. You got to come back out the neighborhood to get back to a main road to get to the highway.
Just hope you don't run to John Moran, am I right? Yep, that's too far.
So let's get over to dun dun dun. Trump says he'll send National Guard to Memphis, escalating his troops and U.S. cities. Escalated his use. I'm sorry, not his troops, his use. So Nashville, Tennessee AP, aka the Aryan propagandist, President Donald Trump said Friday he'll send the National Guard to address crime concerns in Memphis, Tennessee. His latest test of the limits of presidential power by military force in American cities. Now I'm gonna take this off because we're just chopping it up with my family. Speaking on Fox News, Trump said the mayor's happy and the governor's happy. The mayor's not happy. The mayor's not happy. Now I'll show you Paul Young is not happy at all. And mind you, there's a mayor for Shelby County and there's a mayor for Memphis. Two different black men. The mayor is happy, the governor's happy, the mayor's not happy. About the dependent employment, calling the city deeply troubled, he said, we're going to fix that just like we did Washington, where he sent the National Guard and surged federal law enforcement, which was met with black folk fighting back. Now, I have my concerns, especially coming off the heels of Charlie Kirk's death, but we'll talk about that. Tennessee's Republican governor embraced the troop deployment as part of a broader law enforcement surge in Memphis. However, Trump's assertion drew pushback from the Democratic leader of Memphis, which is majority black. What Democratic leader? You just said the mayor. Didn't Donald Trump just say the mayor is happy? I did not ask for the National Guard, and I don't think I'm sorry, family. And I don't think it's the way to drive down crime. Mayor Paul Young told a news conference Friday while acknowledging the city remained high on too many bad lists. This is Memphis mayor is not happy about Trump saying he'll deploy National Guard
You're
to
in it
his
for
city.
The long run.
So I ain't playing that commercial. So you see this? Come on now. So this Paul Young, he is 45 years old. He is the mayor. Now my thing with this is, Trump, if that's the case, if you're trying to drive down crime, well, I have a question. Elon has a quote supercomputer south side of Memphis, which is polluting the air for the denizens on the south side of Memphis. Could this air not be attributing to the crime because they're not breathing in clean air to keep their minds clean and clear, and it's fogging it up where they feel like they need to lash out? Could it be a result of this supercomputer, which is poisoning the air? And is that not a crime against humanity? What are you going to do about that, President Trump? You and Elon Musk don't seem to be buddies anymore anyway. What are you going to do about that? Since you bring the National Guard, they going to come through and shut down his supercomputer so the air can get cleaned up? Because Memphis is actually a beautiful city. It's greenery everywhere. Trees, shrubs, bushes. It's greenery everywhere. Like you see life everywhere. Everywhere. And with as much trees and stuff that is all over Memphis, that it can't, the trees, the greenery, the foliage cannot clean up the air fast enough to deal with that supercomputer. What you gonna do about that, President Trump? Because I'm just curious. I didn't know. Oh, by the way, this is Lee Harris, who is the mayor of Shelby County. Now, this is something I want to show you, family. Something I want to show you. Yeah, this is the map. Look at this map of Memphis. Now, I want you to see what I see. Memphis covers, 38113. This is the east side. I'm sorry, this east side, west side. The south side, north side. You see Bartlett. You see Lakeland. You see Cordova, Germantown, Colleyville. Colleyville is where the white folk at, just so you know. Cordova shares zip codes with Memphis. Bartlett shares zip codes with Memphis. And like I said, I've heard more and more police cruisers at like 10 o'clock at night on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, on a Thursday. Whew, whew, 3, 4, 5 of them. Like, damn, what the hell going on? In Cordova. I honestly think they set it up this way so when they do have issues in these, quote, nicer areas like Bartlett, part of Lakeland, and I don't see Oakland on here. Yeah, I don't see Oakland on here. Because Oakland's not too far from Lakeland. It's like they're neighboring each other. No, I don't see it. I don't see it. I wouldn't be surprised if when they have issues in Cordova, they just say it's Memphis. Same zip code. How can you tell? Unless you look at the address. I think they literally just, anytime it's somewhere that's close enough to say Memphis in these shared zip codes, I honestly think they force all that stuff on Memphis to say, oh, look how much worse the crime is. White folk live in these areas. White folk live in these, there's black folk living here. White folk live in these areas. This area, this area. Arlington, mostly white. There's black folk up there. It's nice too. I rode into it. It's got that old town feel. Not old town, I'm gonna get lynched, but old town. And so honestly, I think that's what's going on. I think that's what's going on. And I think what they're gonna do, and it's once it's said, hey, what they had going on in DC is they were him and black folk up. We know that. I think with the advent of Charlie Kirk, I think you may get some race soldiers who are in the National Guard, because we know racism is in the military. It's supposed to be Homeland Security and a whole bunch of other stuff that they don't talk about. Like Homeland Security is supposed to come through along with the National Guard and a whole bunch of other government agencies. And you get these racist, white supremacist individuals in here, and they're going to really crack down and try to find a way to force black folk out of Memphis. Heavy. They're going to find some type of weird loophole. Oh, we're going to lock you up, or you got to go, like we may let you, have probation, but or we'll give you some type of special agreement where, hey, you gotta get out of Memphis, especially on the south side, north side, where black folk really at heavy. Oh yeah, we got you got these warrants, man. We gonna lock you up, cool. Your family, you have to get up out of here. And don't let it be the breadwinner. Do not let it be a breadwinner who got a warrant or whatever, some tickets or something like that, because that most definitely will force a lot of families out. Because okay, shoot, what are we gonna do? Because I've had plenty of Memphis folk. Hey, where y'all from? Texas? And y'all came to Memphis? Yeah, they paying me pretty good. Oh, because I was about to say, I'm talking about going to Texas. Just that. I'm talking about going to Texas. I'm talking about going to South Carolina. I'm talking about going to Florida, etc., etc. All it takes is just for the pressure to be cranked down just enough for black folk who have been here and established themselves here. Because I went over there, uh, east side of Memphis. East side is kind of it's the hood, but I never felt like I was in danger. I've been over there, and I could tell they had money. The way the homes were built, oh, they had money. Whatever came through wiped out the wealth. I think there was a factory down there. Of course, they'd move the industry out, and the wealth dries up quick. Because how you gonna move your whole family? You sat down with a mortgage, or you built your house. And you gotta recoup the supplies and stuff like that. So family, it's finna be crazy, but don't get caught up. Don't let them get you out of character. Don't let them have you tell me, man, what you mess with me? They looking for a reason. I'm not saying being a coward. I'm not saying start booking. You should always understand you are behind enemy lines. Hey, boom, yeah, here's my car, here's my doo doo, all my paperwork straight. Baby mamas, you might need to be cool with your baby daddy long enough. Hey, look, we finna stop fighting. I need my car working right so I can have my tags right or whatever. I need that help so I don't get hemmed up with our son and our daughter in here. Baby daddies, I ain't say y'all get back together. All right, bro. I ain't say you gotta get back together. But hey, look, I need to get your tags right. We need to make sure you good. The new dude, you might have to step in. We gonna have to be on code, family. I'm not saying you gotta be in love and try to make it work, whatever. I'm saying be on code enough to say, hey, look, hey, your tag's good, your insurance up. All right, good. All right, cool. Them tickets, hey, how do we instead of going out, instead of trying to get them bundles, let's get them tickets paid off. Mm? So if they do hem you up and you got the tickets paid off, you know what I'm saying? You may have to bite your tongue a little bit, but then you can turn around and sue. You can start doing stuff like taking legal action. All right, they got you up, they locked you up, they took away, I'm saying put yourself in a position where you can turn around and take legal action against them. Don't put yourself in a position where they're going to try to punch down on you or even pull that thing out on you. All right, let's get our paperwork straight. Let's take care of these old tickets because you didn't want to because you pissed off at the system. Let's take care of all that stuff that we need to take care of. So when they do come through, we on the side of righteousness and we can do what we got to do. We ain't gonna let them hurt these babies. We're not gonna let them hurt our grandmas and our grandpas and our great uncles and great aunts. All right, we're gonna stay codified. We're gonna make sure our power tools are clean and ready for use. And we're gonna weather this storm. We've weathered slavery. We've weathered worse. We're gonna weather this. And with that, keep it B1. Have a good night.